We have a segment on this show where we talk about our guest's hometown. And today, Ron Placone joins us from Steel City, USA, baby, Pittsburgh, PA, Western Pennsylvania. Let's talk about it.
It's my hometown.
Yeah, man. This is I know so many Philly motherfuckers. And I've never been to Pittsburgh. I've been to I've been from the Sheet side of the state to the Wawa side of the state, but
so you know the Keystone State a little bit.
Haven't quite made it to Pittsburgh yet.
Well, I mean, hey, a lot of people don't even differentiate the two, or they just use them interchangeably all the time.
Right.
Like people, I mean, especially I went to college in the Midwest at Indiana University, and so many people, oh yeah, I grew up in Pittsburgh. Oh, I have a friend who's from Philly. I'm like, yeah, they're 5 hours apart. Dude.
Right, yeah, different spot. Yeah, but home of Wiz Khalifa.
Yep.
Gertrude Stein, Kurt Angle. Fucking, he broke his freaking neck and won a gold medal. God damn it. George Romero, of course.
Oh yeah.
Antoine
Fuqua.
That's a good one.
Yep.
Shane Black. A lot of good directors from out of there. And Nellie Bly, who is the mother of investigative journalism, and of course Mr. Rogers and the Andrews, Carnegie and Warhol. So
yeah.
You got a stacked lineup. Add Doc Ellis to that.
We got an interesting cast. Yeah, I mean Rachel Carson's from Pittsburgh, so environmental movement had a place in Western Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Why? Was there some extreme bout of pollution happening over there or something? Is there a reason the environmental movement took off there in Cleveland specifically?
Yeah, I know. Wonder why, right? I mean, to be fair, the steel mills were closed before I was born.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people don't even know that. They're just what was it like growing up in the? Well, I wasn't born yet.
Well, I still thought they did it.
Yeah.
Well, so they still do it in rural areas or further out. There is still some activity, but it's very small.
Similar to Birmingham in Alabama, which they called the Pittsburgh of the South, baby. But that was same thing there. The steel mill Sloss Furnace is now a really cool concert venue.
Yeah. Well, a lot of that stuff went south because there's literally a Pittsburgh, Tennessee.
Oh yeah,
where they wanted to, which I've always found very peculiar. A bunch of people who worked at the steel mills in Pittsburgh were sent to this place in Tennessee, and they were like, well, let's recreate the utopia we had in Western Pennsylvania. I'm like, it's not
people
a bad town,
people are going to get
cool.
People are going to get homesick.
Yeah,
we got to give them something to, remind them of their family they abandoned.
I always found Pittsburgh of the South such a funny fucking nickname for Birmingham. They ditched it for Magic City, USA, which is what it is now. But
what do you think about people who call it Schittsburg?
To each their own. I mean,
who's the town?
I don't still live there.
Who's the town close by that hates you the most?
Well, there's a bunch of rivalries, but I never really like Cleveland and stuff. But I love Cleveland. I think Cleveland's a wonderful town. I'm a big hockey guy, so there's a fun rivalry with the Capitals.
Sure.
But dude, I mean, how do you not respect Ovechkin? And I actually, when they got the cup, I was glad that the Holtby critics finally had to be quiet because I always thought he was getting an unfair rap. So I never really, I kind of just jive with it all. I don't really think, no, granted, I haven't lived there in many, many years, but I don't really think there's some big Pittsburgh Philly beef. I mean, other than some sports thing, because a lot of people hate on the Flyers for whatever reason, but there's not. They're totally different. Pittsburgh is way more Midwestern. Philly is totally coastal as far as the vibe goes. I love Philly. I think it's a wonderful town. Mm-hmm. You can't really compare the two. There's things about Pittsburgh I absolutely love. Things about Pittsburgh I really don't like anywhere else. But yeah, so I don't know if there's a ton of rivals. I think Pittsburgh has an inferiority complex because it always has.
Sure, yeah.
Like most cities like that will have, because it's it's sort of under the radar cool. Yeah. And a lot of people just don't know that. And so they get mad that you don't know that.
Birmingham, it's not Nashville, it's not Atlanta.
Right.
But it's low-key kind of cool.
And Birmingham's got some cool, I mean, I've had some really fun times in Birmingham.
Yeah, hell yeah. But it's that kind of thing you were talking about where it's we said no to the airport in the 60s and then Atlanta became Atlanta, basically.
Right.
Everybody in Birmingham's like, man, it would have been Atlanta if we had gotten the airport.
Well, yeah. Well, and then Nashville had opportunity to totally redo their transportation system. They chose not to, so now traffic is a freaking train wreck there. And you're just wondering, like, if there was only a way we could have prevented this.
Right. If only people were screaming at you to make this easily fixed.
Well, it's just a bunch of Coke money infiltrates, and Coke, I mean the family. Like all that money just infiltrates our elections.
There's a lot of Coke money, too.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too.
but on Musician Row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they just ruined the opportunity for that city to, like, get the proper infrastructure.
So Pittsburgh, birthplace of Heinz ketchup.
You know what's funny? I hate ketchup.
What?
I can't eat it. I think it's so gross. I will not. I will now, and I realize that it's a weird me thing because I will totally have barbecue sauce with my fries.
Sure.
Ketchup is in barbecue sauce.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's
I
main
don't
ingredient.
have a problem with that. I'm fine with that. I will eat barbecue sauce all day.
Yeah.
Can't eat ketchup. Grosses me out. Can't eat ketchup.
It's not that good.
Damn.
It's only good on a couple things.
Yeah. Well, I like real ketchup. Like real ketchup, when you like literally see, like real ketchup looks like seed mustard. Because it's like a seed thing. It's just, and there was actually a spot in Nashville made their own ketchup.
Oh, wow.
It was amazing. That I can eat, but like the Heinz stuff, I can't eat it.
Damn, you're breaking Teresa Heinz Carey's heart right now.
I know, right?
Also, I found out American Bingo. So Bingo as we know it, invented in Pittsburgh.
That I did not know.
It's an ancient game from Italy, but a guy in Pittsburgh in the 20s like wrote down the rules, basically. So
I didn't know any of that. I didn't know it came from Italy, and I didn't know that Pittsburgh was the first. My Italian American family will love this. They will love this.
You got the Big Mac. Fucking, I mean, what are we talking about here?
Didn't know that either.
Big Mac, born in Pittsburgh, yeah.
Wow.
And, and especially if you don't like ketchup, what about if it's turned into Big Mac sauce? Mixed in there with relish and mayo. It's pretty good then, huh?
Yeah, special sauce. All right.
And of course, my favorite, the Whiskey Rebellion in 1794. In Pittsburgh, which for those that might be listening abroad, our first president, George Washington, was one of the largest whiskey distillers in the country, and decided, hey, let's levy a tax on whiskey producers, and that ends up basically as a way to force people to challenge the federal government's ability to tax them, and Washington marches into Pennsylvania himself to put down the Whiskey Rebellion, and that was the last time a president ever went into war while president.
It's kind of wild, all this stuff that's happened in Pittsburgh as far as that stuff goes, because there was just the Battle of Homestead, too, where it was just a bunch of people fighting for their jobs, and frickin' Carnegie just decided, hey, we're going to randomly take a vacation this weekend. Don't know why, but we're going to be gone. And then there was just this bloody battle.
I was about to say, yeah, these are our friends from Pinkerton. I mean, our friends.
Yes.
The Whiskey Rebellion's always funny because it's this much of a paragraph in a history book, and they never mention the part where it's like, Washington was A, one of the richest men in America, and B, one of the largest distillers in America too. So,
dude, growing up there, man, they never tell you the truth about Carnegie. Everything is named after Carnegie and Frick there because they owned everything, and they never teach you what those guys really did. They never teach you that.
Everybody.
We were taught that he just got his wealth because he had a library card, and he enriched himself through books, and then became a great businessman, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah, you're like, hey, is that my great grandfather's blood on his hands? Shut up, shut the hell up. But also, the most bridges in any city in the Western Hemisphere.
I did know that.
446 bridges, although Hamburg has them licked by 1,000 bridges.
Take that. Take that, motherfucker.
Hamburg.
Yeah, Hamburg.
You've
Germany.
done it again.
Yeah, but when I do this segment, I always, because we're going to ask about good food, but one of my favorite things to do is try to find the worst restaurant and see what people have to say about it. And Pittsburgh, and if this is too tall a task for you, Ron, please let me know. But famous for their very strange, hard to imitate accent. Complete with the
You want me to do it for you?
The word Yinz.
You want me to do it?
I want you to do it.
I can do it. I was raised on nothing but river water, and it's a little weird. I don't remember nothing, but I got bones of steel because of it. So now I can talk like that whenever I want. Sometimes it comes out naturally. I'm watching a hockey game, like, they were soft in the ice now. A goal went in, they're going to lose the game. I think they want to go golfing. I don't think they want to play no more. They don't want to go to the playoffs. They're like, oh, it's June, the sun's out. We just want to go golfing. You want to go golfing? Just go golfing. You don't want to play hockey? Don't play hockey no more.
It's like Point Break meets Fargo. It's the weirdest mishmash. I fucking love it. But according to Yelp reviews, the worst restaurant in the city is the Baltimore House on Curry Hollow Road. It's been there since 1968.
It might just be because Baltimore's in the name, so locals are just, we're not going.
Well, supposedly when they first opened, the owner would drive to Baltimore to get crabs. It's like a seafood place. So that was a big thing, was if you were, lived there or came from Baltimore or you just wanted fresh seafood, this guy went to Baltimore at the source. And apparently it's just fallen apart since then. But
he stopped going to Baltimore. Now he just goes to Harrisburg or something.
Right. Yeah.
Do you guys have crabs? Not really. What are you? Just give me something that'll pass.
Something. But yeah, according to the website, they have crab legs, prime rib, sushi, and of course pizza. So they've really got
that menu's kind of fucked.
Yeah,
that's a little bit.
Don't get sushi from a place that serves pizza.
Right. Yeah.
No.
This restaurant just sounds like it was meant for really, really high people at 3 a.m.
Oh yeah. Oh,
and that's
believe me,
the only way they're still around.
When we get to the decorations, you will believe that even more so. So
I've never been there. What neighborhood is it in? Does it say?
I just wrote down Curry Hollow Road. I don't.
Okay.
I didn't actually look at what neighborhood, but it is called Baltimore House, and I have actually printed out, and I would like in your best Pittsburghese to read out some of these reviews, if you don't mind.
Okay.
All right. And,
All right.
Yeah. So first up is Dennis C.
Well, I told our waitress about the hair I found in my salad. She said, "What color was it?" You believe that? She goes, "Hey, what color's the hair? I don't know if it's mine or."
I like that she's like, I'll know who did this if you just tell me. What about Chanel T?
My dessert, which they called an apple caramel pie, nah, wasn't pie. It was literally a piece of cake with 0 apples. I thought I was getting crazy.
I love that
These
one.
are
I
great.
thought I was going crazy.
That's how it ends. I'm not improvising anything here.
No, that's amazing that it's like you order pie and they just bring you, and it sounds like there's nothing on it, so it's just fucking Duncan Hines yellow
There were
cake.
0 apples.
Yeah.
They're saying apple pie. No apples. Well, now you just got pie. Just
no,
call it
and
pie.
it's cake. He says it's not even pie. It's
a
cake.
Oh, it's just a piece of cake.
It's
yeah,
a piece
no
of
pie.
cake.
No.
What about
This
Charles?
isn't either apple or pie, sir.
Charles A.
Bunch of old people smoking cigarettes, coughing, and drinking at 3 in the afternoon. There is a vending machine inside the restaurant. You're going to have a vending machine, just put it outside.
I love that. It's like, what the... And I was thinking the restaurant is supposedly also a music venue. So I was like, maybe it's...
who plays there?
Oh, dude.
I have to go now.
There were so many complaints being like, the worst band ever deafened my grandmother.
I was just trying to enjoy my sushi pizza. Yeah. And this loud band's just playing on and on. I don't even know what kind of music it was.
Apparently it's like...
They're just yelling. It was like Marilyn Manson
It's literally
type stuff.
like Screamo and shit, because there were people in the reviews. I didn't put it on the
I don't
sheet.
get any of that. So, you play some Donny Iris. You play some Sticks.
What about Mara K?
Mara K. Service was spotty, but our waitress was nice. Another employee at one point walked by our tables and yelled out the F word. Decor is very bizarre mix of Asian, pirate, and pub decor. But
Pirate.
But I also saw some other weird statues, such as a dog.
That's so much less weird than a pirate.
I know, right? There's also... Wait, this is amazing.
Yeah,
Okay.
this one
Man,
killed me.
there is also a non-working jacuzzi under the stairs.
I read that in multiple reviews, by the way.
I wouldn't mind all that if the food wasn't also terrible.
Does he get in the jacuzzi and
they
he's
mentioned
like,
the
bro,
terrible-
I got my restaurant wet, bro. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
They're talking about how
there's
fucked
an
up everything
ecosystem
is.
in here.
Yeah. They talk about how fucked up everything is, and then at the end they're like, "Oh, by the way, food sucks.
Yeah.
Food not great."
What about Brandon H?
I'm for sure going here next time I'm visiting.
I wanna
my
go
family, by the
after
way. Oh, we
just
gotta
hearing-
go. Let's do a show there. Fuck it. Let's
Okay.
do.
I mean, they got a
I'd
stage.
go.
We got to do a show there.
Well, I did read one review where it said the stage was so tall that you couldn't really see the band. And I was like, what the
Great place for stand up.
Yeah.
If when you can't see the audience, Best stand-up shop you could ask for.
Shout out to the late great John Lovett Stand-Up Club at Universal City.
Oh, was it really high stage? I never got there.
It was formerly BB King's Blues Bar.
Okay.
And so it was a 100-foot-long stage built for a full 28-piece BB King blues band. And
they're like, let's do stand-up here.
Yeah.
How can this go wrong?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Terrible. What about Brandon H?
I was the only patron in the whole place. The bartender was my server, although I sat at a booth. After waiting forever, she came to the table to check on me with a cigarette in her mouth. Well, on her cell phone.
Love it. That's
I like how you can smoke in here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
You can still smoke in bars in Pittsburgh.
The owner. It was funny because I saw because the owner was going to war with people in the Google reviews. And
that's always smart.
And he was saying like this isn't true. We've been smoke free since 2019, but I found so many reviews that mentioned the smoking. So, and then a couple that mentioned like there's a non-smoking section, but it's just next to the smoking section. There's no ventilation.
They say there's no smoking, but you go to that empty jacuzzi, everyone's just like up there. There's these cigarette butts everywhere. People are.
That's the ashtray. That's the restaurant's ashtray.
That's the ashtray.
What about Judy P?
They sat us at a booth. A lot of takes on booths here.
Oh, yeah.
Then the waitress told us they have a problem with bugs there.
I like it immediately. You're
not going to want to sit in this booth.
You're going to want to run away, hon.
Yeah. My lobster sandwich had hardly any lobster. And they told me I was lucky to get that sandwich in the first place as they were out of lobster.
We've just served you an impossible meal.
Yeah. Can I have the lobster sandwich? Well, we're out of lobster, but yes.
Yeah, somehow yes.
So I'm not even sure how they got from A to B there, but all right. Why not tell me to order something else then? They sat us at the kitchen door, which kept slamming. Then we asked for a different table, and another waitress told our waitress she was mean for making us move. So first we had the bugs, then we had the kitchen door.
And then the impossible the fucking...
Then we just sat outside at a crosswalk.
Again, a complaint that they called an item something and then there wasn't that item.
Yeah,
there wasn't enough of it. Just like this apple pie.
We're almost out of lobster. Our owner was driving all the way up to Maine. He got a flat tire.
Yeah. What about Christy B?
Outside, there's a huge sign saying $2 drinks all day. The waiter told us they had no $2 drinks and had no clue what we were talking about. Then they were smoking cigarettes in a jacuzzi.
This is such a great restaurant.
I have to go. I have to go.
We got two more. Tony W.
Owner at the bar was hammered, starting fights and bleeding everywhere. That's the owner.
I love it.
Too many road trips to Baltimore. Now he's just bleeding, drunk.
You know he sleeps in that empty jacuzzi.
Of course he does.
You know he's got a little pallet down there.
Of course he does.
And finally...
he's got an ecosystem down there, if you know what I mean.
Hell yeah. And finally, Dan D.
All right, Dan, bring us home, buddy.
Yeah.
This place was good many years ago. Now it's a dive. Went to the men's room and an employee was snorting a line of powder off the sink. He said, "Hey, dude, care for some blow?" I passed. Avoid this dump by all means. Unless you want blow.
Yeah.
Then you can get some blow. It's better than the lobster sandwich. Let me tell you that. You skip the lobster sandwich, take the cocaine.
I mean, having a jacuzzi indoors does seem like a cocaine idea.
Oh, absolutely.
I somehow, choose to believe the guy who's a cokehead who's cool with just doing coke in a public bathroom. Somehow, I don't think he said, "Do you care for some blow and some Grey Poupon?" Like,
would you like some blow, sir?
Yeah. Do you care for
Where
some?
are my manners?
Yeah. So anyway, shout out to Baltimore House. We at the show love a good fuck around business, and this sounds like one of those places where you get paid to do whatever the fuck you want. So
this has got to be a front for something.
I mean,
they're for sure running numbers at least.
It's been there since 1968, according to their website. So it really might have just been like the last guy who gave a shit died, and now his son is like, I got to carry on Pa's legacy, kind of a thing. But
I hate driving to Baltimore.
But I'm not getting those fucking crabs. We're gonna have
imitation crab. You know what? We'll mix it up. We're gonna start making pizza.
We're gonna have Schrodinger's lobster roll. It either exists or it doesn't. You'll find out.
That is brilliant. I got to go to this place.
Yeah. So shout out to Baltimore House. These are the questions, Ron. Number 1, Pittsburgh, PA. What was the incident?
So I love this question, and I'm gonna go. So This is the incident that actually also kind of led to me starting stand-up a little bit.
Oh, no shit.
So, all right. So I mentioned I'm a hockey guy.
Yeah.
At one point, and I was maybe 20 years old, I think, when this happened. So I wasn't living in town, but I was back for the summer. There was speculation that Mario Lemieux was going to sell the Penguins. And for anyone who doesn't know, Mario Lemieux, legendary hockey player, stayed in Pittsburgh after he retired. He still lives there, as far as I know. And he bought the team. Like he just became like a dude in the city. And he bought the Penguins. And so he kept them from leaving at one point. And at one point, he was allegedly considering selling. And everyone in the city was really not happy about that. They didn't want the team to leave. But no matter what, you could not take a shot at Mario. Like, it wasn't Mario's fault. He's still, like, a great guy. Like, you could not criticize him. And my dad had the radio. I was in the car with my dad. He had the radio on. And it was this station called WDVE, which is still a pretty popular morning show. I think I did it last year. Like it's still around. It's if you ever saw the show F is for Family.
Yeah.
The radio station building in that show is based off of the morning show building in Pittsburgh.
Nice.
Because it's a pretty decent morning show that has, they never syndicated. They were all like, no, we do Pittsburgh. That's what we do. And they do a good thing. I mean, shout out to all the people there, Randy and Bill and everybody. And
I got to do the morning show on the radio station I listened to as a kid, and it was like kind of cool.
It's a trippy thing. It's a really cool thing because you grew up listening to that stuff.
Shout out to James Chandler Cross, Tiger 95.9, 104.9, always alternative.
So we're just listening to that randomly in the afternoon, and Ralphie May is the guest because he was at the Improv that weekend. I didn't know anything about stand-up. I didn't know who Ralphie May was. I didn't know anything. And Ralphie May starts going on this rant about Mario Lemieux, and it was hysterical. It was so good. And he's like, hey, Mario, I know you had back problems later in your career. It was probably from all those trips to the bank. It was so freaking funny. And it was going after Mario Lemieux, and like the DJ was trying not to laugh, but he couldn't hold it in. And I just remember as a 20-year-old listening to that and being like, I don't know what that was, but that's what I want to do.
Wow.
That guy just made people laugh at something they thought they weren't allowed to laugh at.
Right.
And he was too funny to be denied. I was like, that's a superpower. Whatever he did, I want to do that. And it wasn't. It was a little while later, but that sort of led to me wanting to do stand up.
Wow.
And so it was sort of like this weird side thing in my life, right? And then
did that make waves in town? Ralphie May making fun of the legend.
That's gonna be like an Emperor's.
He sold out that weekend, and it was, I
really?
think people were like, "Wow, respect."
Well, it's like an Emperor's New Clothes kind of thing. Like nobody wants to talk shit about this guy, and then dude comes in and is like, "Oh, this is obviously an exploitable situation."
How can you not talk shit? He doesn't have to sell the team, but he's thinking about selling the team.
Yeah.
Like call it out. And it was just so cool. And then years later, to kind of add like a little sentimental tag here, like when I lived in Nashville, it was when Ralphie had moved back.
Sure.
And a couple people knew that story just because it came up, and they were like, dude, you got to tell Ralphie about that. He'll fucking love that. That's such a cool story.
Yeah.
But every time Ralphie was around, he would be like, or every time I was around him, it'd be in a green room where like he was kind of holding court, you know, and you didn't want to be like, you didn't want to be, hey, I got to tell you this story,
Yeah.
Like there was never an opportunity to tell him.
Can I tell you about a time you inspired me? Is that cool, right?
Like, there just wasn't like an ideal time to like tell that story, so I never got to tell him that story, and then he passed away and whatnot. But it's like everyone was like, you got to, he would have loved that fucking story. I'm like, just never had a chance. But.
Love that. Question 2, local legend.
Local legend. Oh man, you know what? There's I learned bike safety from Franco Harris.
Okay.
Yeah, Franco Harris would do this thing because he's another guy that he was immaculate reception, legendary football player, stayed in Pittsburgh. I don't know if he's from there originally or not, but he stayed in Pittsburgh, I think, until he passed.
Oh, wow.
And he would do this thing where he would teach you bike safety. And so like I learned how to properly wear a helmet because of Franco Harris.
That's great.
And I learned Mr. Rogers broadcasted next to my high school at
that's
one
awesome.
point. But you know what? I'm going to do a deeper cut for local legends. This wasn't even on your list. August Wilson is from frickin' Pittsburgh.
No shit.
August Wilson is from Pittsburgh, among my favorite playwrights.
Yeah.
And in high school, so we had to read Fences. It was required reading, as it friggin' should be. And August Wilson went to my high school for like about a couple weeks, and because of racism, he had to leave.
Yeah.
And I brought that up, and I was like, we should do something because we require the guys' plays in our frickin' curriculum.
Yeah.
He went here.
Yeah.
And we don't do anything to acknowledge that. We should acknowledge
That's
it,
crazy.
and we should also like frickin', acknowledge some of the faults of the past, like racism of the past that unfortunately he didn't graduate from here.
Right.
And that's really freaking sad, but we should do something to acknowledge it. Nobody had my back. Nobody had my back.
Damn.
And I'll be brutally honest, like my high school was pretty freaking white.
Yeah.
And it was like people kind of laughed at the idea, shrugged it off, and then honestly, and maybe I didn't even it didn't hit me at the time, but some of the black students would approach me and said thank you.
Yeah. Man.
So I didn't even realize it. I just thought like he's a legendary playwright. Why wouldn't we acknowledge that?
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame that racism was so much more prominent then.
Yeah.
But we should just address it, and we should be like, it's so cool that he walked through these doors, and now you're reading his stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's fucking wild.
yeah.
Damn. That's a good one.
I've heard it's racist in Pittsburgh.
They have issues with that.
Pennsatucky,
Yeah.
as
There's
they
some
say.
issues there. There
Yeah.
are some serious issues there. Yeah, and I'd like to think it's gotten better as time has moved on. I mean, the city's definitely different. It's younger than it used to be, because I think a lot of people, Pittsburgh's not as cheap as it used to be, but at one point Pittsburgh was cheaper than Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
Like Pittsburgh was super cheap, and Pittsburgh was always kind of, like kind of had a gritty cool about it.
Post-industrial.
Yeah, I mean,
similar to Birmingham.
They would call it the Paris of Appalachia, which is a bit generous, but but it was. I will say, even as someone who grew up there and has plenty to complain about, as everyone does about their hometown, like, it's cooler than Columbus, Ohio. Like, if it's cheaper than that, that's a pretty good value. More people started realizing that. So Pittsburgh is younger than it used to be. It's also a little more expensive than it used to be.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it still has the problems with racism that it did over the years. I really can't speak to that. But yeah, it had some issues there.
Yeah.
I mean, as so many mid-sized cities do.
I mean, it's
but
America.
Yeah,
it's America, and it's just America.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Question 3. Worst bar?
Worst bar, and by worst you mean also best.
Could
right?
also be best. All
I got
my favorite bars are shitholes.
exactly, and I got a couple answers for this. So I'll give a shout out to Dee's in the South Side. That's a legendary answer. Is Dee's Cafe in the South? It's a ping pong bar. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
How many
big ping pong
tables
bar.
they got?
Only a couple, and it's all upstairs. But it's sort of one of those like a crowd will form. You'll be playing, and
It'll get real intense. People are
it'll
chanting.
get real intense, man. And it's a cool freaking ping pong bar, and it is a dive. And then I'm going to give another shout out to Pub in the Park in Swiss Helm Park, which is where
It's where you drink under a bridge.
kind of. Kind of, actually. The bar's sort of positioned, yeah. But I grew up in Pittsburgh. I left. I came back, and I went to grad school there. So I did live there for 2 years in my adult life. And I was doing comedy at that point. So like I did stuff in the scene. And then I left after I graduated again. But there was this bar called Pub in the Park, and I went there recently, actually. I was back home visiting for a family event, and I actually took my wife there because she would hear stories about it, because I used to go there for like just Steeler games or whatever. And on Sundays, they did not serve food, but on Sundays they would have this one guy who owned a big restaurant in town would come in and just kind of cater it, and you could just kind of make a plate. And I think like people would kind of like do betting and stuff like that, and it was just like no one gave a shit. It was just cool. Everyone was chill, and you could just drink $1.50 Miller Lights and eat for free and just post up and just watch games all day, and it was fucking cool as shit.
Nice.
Now they take cards and they have a food menu. I'm like, what is this place? But it's still a freaking cool vibe. And last time I went in there, of course, a buddy of mine was playing who I had not seen in 20 years. And I was like, holy shit, man, you're here? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, are you still in town? And he goes, no. Are you? And I was like, no. He was in town for a family event, decided to pick up a gig. He's a musician. He lives in Austin now. And then I mean, it's just one of those types of places. You just see someone you hadn't seen in 20 years, and neither of you live in town anymore. But of course, you go back.
Nice. Question 4. Best local food? I know they'd be putting fries on shit over there.
They'd be putting fries on shit.
On salads. That was my favorite. I looked up.
Oh, yeah, they do fries on salads.
Amazing.
You know what, though? If you want a killer sandwich in Pittsburgh, there's about 4 or 5 places I would take you before Permanis.
Okay.
And that's not to say Permanis isn't good.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's the fries
But
on
there's
stuff,
better.
people.
That's the fries on stuff.
Okay.
Good sandwich, but there's better. And but I'll go with I gotta go to my favorite pizza spot, Vincent's Pizza Park.
Okay.
It's a little far out there. It's in the towards the eastern suburbs, which is where I grew up.
Yeah.
But it is worth the drive wherever you are in the city. It's
there
straight
like
off
a
of Route 30.
Pittsburgh style at all, or is it just
So there's a couple different things, and some of it I celebrate more than others. Vincent's is just its own thing.
Okay.
It's a sourdough frickin' crust. I've never had anything quite like it. And the pizza is just freaking huge. You're not going to eat much more than 2 slices.
Okay.
And it is incredible.
Okay.
It is just incredible, but it's a certain kind of thing. And I just grew up with it. I freaking love it.
Nice.
As far as like different Pittsburgh style pizzas, there's stuff like that. And then there's, a lot of people kind of shit on this, but when it's done right, it's actually quite good. There's this place called Beto's, or Beto's, where they put raw shredded cheese on top of it afterwards. And there's a lot of memes that are like, that's disgusting. Dude, when it's done right, it's actually quite good. It's quite good. But a lot of people started doing it in addition to Beto's, and I can't speak to anyone else because I've only ever had it there. But apparently, some of the imitation places they didn't do it right, and it's not great.
Okay.
But that's a Pittsburgh thing.
I was gonna say, no matter what you said, Pittsburgh already has Altoona pizza beaten.
So that's something
the craziest
else.
shit ever.
That is the craziest shit ever. So in Altoona, Pennsylvania, they put American cheese on Sicilian square pieces of pizza.
Yeah.
I've never
With
had it.
green
It
peppers.
sounds with green peppers.
It's got to have green peppers.
It sounds really weird. I've never had it. I didn't even know that was. You know how I learned about that?
This is Mangione.
Luigi Mangione. Like I didn't even know they did that in Altoona, and then I see that.
I swear to
thing.
God, every reporter went to Altoona.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah. So they caught the guy at the McDonald's, and then they went for lunch, and they're like, oh, we got to talk about this at 6 o'clock. Like we didn't drive all the way out here for nothing.
Well, the funniest thing was that meme that shows that, and they're like, this city's entire vibe is just hating on Italian people.
Yeah.
They put American cheese on the pizza. They turned it Luigi Mangione.
Oh God, amazing.
Free Luigi, by the way.
Question 5: local ghosts or monsters?
Oh, dude, so much.
Yeah, I know.
So the Pittsburgh area is home to 13 Bends, which is it's this road, and it's just a local road. People will still use it, but there's a bunch of legends there. One of them is that there was a closed down asylum. One of them was a school bus went off the road and wrecked, and all the kids died. It is a creepy. I've never been willing to get out of the car when I'm there.
Really?
Still, it's freaky, man. And you drive 13 Bends, and what the local legend is, if you put flour or something on your car, that you'll see the handprints.
Yeah.
And
Gravity Hill.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I've never actually tried it, but it is a creepy freaking road. And,
Yeah.
and you'll like kind of, I mean, every now and again, growing up, it's like we'd get stoned, and then we would like just kind of park for a bit and roll down the windows, and
Yeah.
and you'd hear fucked up shit, and you don't know if it's just because you're high or something. But it's like there have been times where I think I heard children crying. You know, was I just stoned, or was I just, really wanting to hear that in my psyche? I don't know. But
They're
it's
outside.
like, yeah,
They're
but
coming
it's
for you.
it's a freaky thing, man. There's a lot of haunted history in that town. I mean, George Romero.
Yeah, Zombie Town,
it's
USA.
Like
yeah.
George Romero. It's Zombie Town, USA. So
that doesn't just come out of nowhere.
totally.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like 13. And then the guy, I forget his name, but the guy who was the kind of glowing green man, like that kind of legend.
Oh, the Green Man, yeah.
That's based on a real dude.
Yeah, who
And
lost his face or
he lost his face. He
Yeah.
got I think it was like some kind of just electrical accident, and it happened
Yeah.
when he was really young, and he did lose his face, and he does I think he can kind of, I don't know if he actually glows, but his face is like very distorted.
Yeah.
And so he would walk around at night because he just didn't want people to like be gawking or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was just a local guy.
He didn't want the world to see him because
Yeah.
thought he wouldn't understand.
Yeah. So he would just walk around at night, and I think he made like belts or something for a living. Like he made like belts, and yeah, he was. I forget his name, but I mean, yeah, you can look it all. But he's like a real dude, and he's from it was like outside of Pittsburgh.
I read about that guy.
Yeah.
We do the Ghosts and Monsters episodes for Halloween every year, where I look up all these local ghost stories, and so many of them are just like, somebody has a physical deformity and then it turned into a thing.
Yeah.
You're just like, God, everybody's such a dick.
Right. Oh, totally.
And last question here. Favorite thing that's not there anymore?
Ooh, man. There's a lot. I'm going to go with
the steel industry.
Yeah. I'm going to go with one of my favorite bars, this spot called the Map Room. It's no longer there. It was like this Scottish lady ran it.
Oh, love it.
Yeah, and it was like kind of right down the street from where I grew up. So
how
it was
loud was she?
You know what? Actually, not very.
No?
She was kind of subtle, and she was
That would be my whole reason for going to a bar owned by a Scottish lady, is just hearing someone screaming in that accent. Is the funniest fucking thing ever.
She was kind of chill, and they had like their
nice.
food menu was pretty good, and they had some like good whiskeys and stuff, and it was just a cool vibe, and it was near where I like grew up, so it's like whenever I'm visiting home and I'm at my parents' house, it was always like one of my favorite places to revisit.
Yeah,
and it's not there anymore.
Damn, the jacuzzi and the vending machine were both outside.
Yeah,
where they belong.
yeah. The jacuzzi was in the crosswalk where it belongs.
Nice. Well, that is a tour, folks, of Ron Placone's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
I don't get back too often, so a lot of my stuff's probably a little dated, but yeah.
Hey, that's okay.
Sorry if you live in Pittsburgh.
Hey, we got some Pennsylvania
us.
people. Yeah. Join the Discord, linktree.com/thegoodspod. We'll talk about
Hit
it.
us up
It's a
on
cool
social
comedy
media.
scene out there.
Is there? I've met some really
there's some
funny.
really cool. There's some great comics out there, and there's some really
Yeah.
cool venues. My buddy Shannon made like a night venue out of his barber shop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he
Oh,
works
that's
at this
awesome.
barber. It's really freaking cool, and they've had some really. I think Jackie Cation has played it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's really freaking cool.
I've done a lot of like Central PA and like the Philly area.
Oh, you should
just
totally
in the
do
past.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh's a lot of fun. A lot of cool shows there.
I want to go because I had so much fun in
Yeah.
just in the kind of middle of Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, and just like what was it, Wilkes-Barre and
Oh yeah.
Northumbria.
Oh yeah. Oh man, you've been
Williams-
everywhere but, dude.
Williamsport.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've done like the entire like mid Central PA circuit.
Yeah, it was really
Just never hit Pittsburgh.
much in the way that you went to Tahoe, for shows. I was like, well, I need a reason to go to Gettysburg, so
Oh,
I was like, well,
yeah.
this will do it.
That's-
And I was on my way to New York anyway, so I ended up having so much more fun there than I did in New York City because man, it's they don't got a lot out there. So if
Sure.
there's a comedian in town. I got written up in the newspaper in Williamsport. It was great.
Oh, dude, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, no, there's and you know what? It pains me to admit this. I've never been to Gettysburg.
Oh man, we gotta go.
I know
So
there's so
sad.
many things that I grew up
either.
there, and I never. Well, it's like I've never been to Falling Water, which is like
In
40
Pittsburgh?
minutes.
Yeah,
like
basically.
it's like right there. I've never been to Gettysburg. Like, yeah, there's a ton of stuff I just never got to. Even
Is
though I
that
grew up
considered
there.
tourist bullshit?
Gettysburg?
Yeah, from people from Pittsburgh.
No, not at all. Like it's. I mean, it's
It's
like
closer,
very historic and stuff.
It's
and
more on the eastern side of the state. Too.
yeah, it's just not super close.
It's pretty close to DC more so than anything else.
So it's like one of those things you have to really plan for it, and we just I don't
Yeah.
know. Like growing up, like my
I felt like
parents-
that'd be a school field trip, an easy, a fairly easy one.
No, we did some DC school field trips and stuff
Okay.
like that, but
Drove
we
right
never-
past it.
Yeah, never drove right past it. Yeah, never did Gettysburg.
Yeah, damn. Well, yeah, that's Pittsburgh.